Hello professionals around the world, welcome to my channel. This video is about making a vision board for 2021. Regardless of what's happening in the world, I do believe that we can attract more love, more connections, and more prosperity into our lives. How? By being positive, proactive, and by visualizing good things to come. This is Adrienne here with Communication Plus, helping you communicate with clarity and confidence as you're shaping the world. If you're new here, be sure to click on the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any relevant content. It comes your way every Thursday. Making a vision board is a great way to clarify what we want to accomplish in the coming year, how we want to feel, and then making a visual representation of it all so we can reference it all year round. This video is all about making a vision board. I will address the questions of what is a vision board, why make a vision board, whether to choose a digital or a physical form, where to put it, that's an important question, and what to put on it. So let's talk about this year a little bit, 2020. Well, this has been an unusual year, hasn't it, to say the least. I know it's been tough for a lot of people. A lot of people have had their income drastically decreased, maybe their health has suffered, maybe the family has suffered. I know a lot of bad things have happened. A lot of good things have happened too in a lot of people's lives that I know. And regardless of what your particular situation is, I think it's important for us to focus on the good things that came out of this crisis, and even more importantly, to visualize very good things to come. 2021 is a new year, a new beginning. Hopefully this COVID-19 situation is also going to just wind down all around the globe and we can get back to the old normal. Now, first things first, let's clarify what a vision board is. So many people define a vision board as a visual representation of your goals. That is my personal definition as well. That's what I like the most. However, there are different schools of thought out there about vision boarding, just like about anything else. So the other variation of a vision board that I have seen is that you basically visually represent not so much concrete goals, but your feelings or the feelings that you would like to experience. So feelings are important, but in my mind, they are not concrete enough. So for my vision board, I like to put down concrete goals, and then of course it's also important what kind of feelings accomplishing these goals are going to evoke in me. Now let's talk about why make a vision board. Perhaps that's the most important question, isn't it? Why spend time on it other than it being fun, playing with pictures, colors, different ideas? But is there any long-term benefit to actually making a vision board? Yes, the answer is yes. There is definite long-term benefit to affirmation and visualization. According to psychology, these are powerful mental practices with tangible results. I just read an article in Psychology Today titled "Seeing is Believing" that quantitatively shows the power of visualization. I will link this article for you in the description box below. This article was written 10 years ago, by the way. I normally wouldn't be quoting such old articles, but I think we can assume that the human psyche has not drastically changed in the past 10 years. So we are safe with this one. I'm sure you have heard of Olympic athletes using visualization before they actually step on stage. And these visualizations have quantitatively been proven to work. So for the rest of us who are not Olympic athletes, visualizations also work. Just most of our visualizations are not about athletic performance. So that was my convincing spiel about why make a vision board. Now let's talk a little bit about the question of digital or physical. I personally prefer the physical vision board. I like the tactile experience of dealing with the paper, the scissors. It also gives me a little more time to contemplate and think about the important questions of life. But there are some definite advantages of a digital vision board as well. As I was researching this topic this year before making this video for you, I came across the idea of a digital vision board, and there are some really wonderful advantages. For example, if you make a vision board digitally, you can use it as a screensaver on your computer, or you can use it as a screensaver on your phone. Also, a digital vision board is really easy to print out, and then you can put it on your bathroom mirror, you can put it on your fridge, or anywhere else where you think you will see it regularly. And seeing it, as I had earlier argued, is really important. I consider myself a seasoned vision boarder. I have made many vision boards, and I really enjoy doing that. In fact, in the past 3 consecutive years, I made a point of going to a vision boarding workshop. A couple of times I went with a friend, and once I went with my son, and that was really fun. But then you know what happened after the vision boarding workshop? I had this huge poster board for my vision board. I rolled it up. Bad idea to start with because it sort of broke. The paper broke a little bit as I folded it. But in any case, I folded it up, got on some really crowded, busy means of public transit. By the time I got home, it already didn't look good. And then once I was in my home, I realized that I didn't have a place for it. So I just unrolled my vision board, tucked it behind a wardrobe, a standing wardrobe, where no one ever saw it again for another year until we cleaned there. So ironically, the only part that I was missing from the benefit of my vision board is actually seeing it. Making those vision boards, of course, still wasn't completely useless, because I did have the exercise of visualizing everything that I wanted during the process of making the vision board. I just didn't have the benefit of the mini visualizations that I am hoping to get in 2021 by actually looking at this board on a regular basis. Looking at our vision board on a daily basis actually is the equivalent of short visualization exercises. And these short visualization exercises are also powerful mental practices that help us get closer to our goals. My son was a lot smarter than I was, because he found a spot in his room where he can see his vision board on a regular basis. There it is. We live and learn, right? So I've gotten smarter this year, and I'm starting my vision board creation by identifying a spot at my house or at our apartment where I can actually put this vision board so that I can see it, get the impact of the visualization. I'm really looking forward to it. We live in a city apartment that is very nice, but it's not huge. But what I am thinking is that I'm going to put this vision board in our bedroom/home office. Our bedroom doubles up as a home office as well. And there is this one wall here next to my bookshelf that has some space on it. We are getting closer. So by now, we are convinced that vision boarding is a great thing. We have decided whether we want to make a digital or a physical board, and we have found a great place for it. So here comes the exciting part, what to put on it. Well, we are going to put our goals down and possibly the feelings that accomplishing these goals will evoke. There are several different ways as to how we can organize our thoughts in order to be able to set these goals. We can look at various areas of our lives, such as health, finances, family, education, etc., and then set goals in each of these areas. Another good way to organize our goals is by looking at the various roles we play. For example, you might be a professional, at the same time you might be a mother, a spouse, a daughter to your parents, a friend, a neighbor, etc. I've decided to keep it super simple and streamlined this year, and I've just come up with 2 categories in which I'm going to set goals. These 2 categories are my professional life and my private life. Once I settled on these 2 categories, it took a while to come up with some particular goals. But that's okay, it's my life, it should take thought after all, right? And I did do my goals with handwriting. By the way, I have made a video about the benefits of handwriting. I highly recommend it. I'm going to link it for you in a card right here. So anyway, I did this brainstorming in handwriting because handwriting has many benefits, including creativity and letting a free flow of ideas come to us and leaving room for contemplation, so it's just a wonderful thing. Once I got my outline done, it was all downhill from there. I went to the mall and got some basic supplies such as a glue stick, some colorful paper, and a simple sheet for the background. After that, I got to work, cutting, gluing, playing with shapes, etc. And I have to say my vision board turned out to be a little different from what I had anticipated, but that's okay. It's a piece of art, so it sort of has an organic evolution of its own. I actually ended up doing some of the design in Canva and some of it physically. Let me show you what I came up with. Okay, so this is what I came up with. I made this part in Canva, and this mainly focuses on my professional life. I have 4 goals. One is to design a business communication course for women, so that's what this picture is all about. I'd like to make another connection with the university and start to teach there part-time as well. I really love working with graduate students, so that's what this beautiful building is all about. I would like, what is this? Oh yeah, I'm really bad about taking time off. I just keep working and working, and it's actually not good for me mentally. So I decided to make more of a point of taking time off. So Saturdays leisure means that I really would like to just take Saturdays off and not do any work at all. So that's the reading and the park, beautiful nature. So those are going to be my Saturdays. And the last goal has to do with my channel, Communication Plus, and I really would like to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2021. I know that's not a huge number, but by the end of 2021, I will have been on YouTube for 18 months. And from what I understand, it takes about 22 months for an average YouTuber to reach 1,000 subscribers. So if I reach that number within 18 months, that is going to be really, really wonderful. And the little flower here next to my YouTube picture is that I would like to keep creating value. In the YouTube world, numbers matter, but ultimately it's not about numbers. I just want to focus on creating value, and that's what this beautiful little flower is all about. Oh, and I haven't mentioned the most interesting or the most important part. I put this word listen in the corner because I really wanted to focus on some idea this coming year, on some aspect, one aspect of life. First, I was thinking I will put gratitude because I'd like to practice gratitude even more conscientiously. But I think what I really need to practice even more than gratitude is active listening. My personal goals are really not as concrete as my professional goals. I just put family and friends and colleagues here on my board because really the main thing that I'd like to practice with them is listening more actively. We have 2 ears, we have 1 mouth. I think we are meant to listen more than talk. And although I know all about active listening in theory, in fact I made a video about it that I will link up here for you in a card. Just between you and me, I do need to practice more active listening. And then I have 2 more things on my professional side. One is the word cobra, right here, which I would like to learn freestanding cobra. I practice yoga, and if I learned freestanding cobra, that would be just one indication of my balance and strength increasing, and that is something I really want to work on in this coming year. And the last thing, completely mundane, is a driver's license. My US driver's license has expired, and I have not gotten a Hungarian driver's license. It's a major hassle, and I have been procrastinating on it. But I do need a driver's license. It's just a very useful, practical thing to have. So finally, after 5 years of living here, I am going to get a local driver's license. So that's what this beautiful Hawaii driver's license is there to motivate me for. So that's the plan. I left some blank space on this board as well because I'd like to be open to new ideas, new possibilities, and I did not cover this board with plastic or glass or anything, so I can very easily put other things on this board as they come. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe. I wish you an amazing vision boarding session for even more love and even more prosperity in 2021.